morning. My name is Yasmin Adel, and I'll be talking about the crisis happening in Somalia. Over 6 million people are facing food and water shortages due to the deadly drought. Due to the drought, people are dying from lack of water and food. But the illness and diseases are the main killers. Hundreds of families are leaving their homes and are seeking refuge in the capital of Somalia, Mogadishu. This drought in Somalia has been partly caused by the El Nino weather phenomenon, which has affected East and Southern Africa. Somalia is one of the 4 countries identified by the United Nations as currently at risk of extreme hunger and famine. To talk more about this crisis, let's go to General Sino reporting live from Somalia.
Thank you, Yasmin. As you can see, it is extremely hot right now in Somalia. It has been 2 years since their last rainfall. Somalia has been in a drought for quite some time now. Somalia's drought is mainly caused by its high temperatures and the lack of rain the country receives. This is because Somalia is located in an extreme water-scarce area. And on top of that, facilities that have previously been set up for water supply and irrigation were totally destroyed during the Civil War. And because of all of this, only 30% of Somalis have access to clean water. Somalia's water sources have been from groundwater, rivers, wells, and rain. Recently, Somalia has been lucky enough to have donors build 500 wells for them to have potable water. That, however, doesn't give the whole population a chance to have that potable water. Some people have had to rely on the rain or even the neighboring country's rivers, which takes them about 3 to 4 hours just to fill up 1 to 4 jugs of water. Dr. Fatumata Nafochor said, "We are undoubtedly in a crisis, but the situation will even get worse, especially if the April rains perform poorly. And even when it rains, the water that gets obtained doesn't even get filtered. It's also known to flood and destroy weak shelters and refugee camps. It's also known to spread waterborne diseases such as cholera. It has been reported that more than 6 million people in Somalia need assistance. Because of the rain's absence and lack of wells, Somalis are forced to drink anything they see, whether it's potable or not. And because of this, many Somalis are dying. And to add on to that, because of this terrible drought, animals have been dying and crops have not been growing. Somalia is in a crisis. Can you talk about how people can help at home? Back to you, Yasmin."
Thank you, Janelle. You might be wondering how this deadly drought can be fixed. Even though Somalia has had help from the UN and other neighboring countries, it is not enough to help over 6 million people. This problem can be solved if people around the world come together as one and help Somalia in any way they could. People at home can help by just a small donation to foundations that specifically go to Somalia. Jerome Jer, a French entrepreneur, Vine star, and Snapchat star, took action and helped Somalia and is still helping this day on. Jerome Jer started a campaign to help deliver food to Somalia. He challenged his viewers to post on social media #Turkish Airlines Help Somalia. He did this to persuade Turkish Airlines, knowing it's the only airline that flies to Somalia, to donate a cargo plane so that he can fly food from different areas in the world to Somalia. The campaign started to attract other celebrities who boosted publicity and donated their own money. Because this campaign was such a success, some well-known celebrities alongside Jerome formed a crowd-funded campaign on GoFundMe and called it Love Army for Somalia. So far, Jerome has sent 60 tons of baby food and bought 400 tons of food locally and sent 2 million liters of water in huge water tanks. Jerome is still in Somalia helping and is working very hard.